Welcome to the Festival of Storytellers. I thank everybody that's involved with this process, because we know writers need readers and writers need publishers.
Experience is not about the publisher, it is about us, the authors.
Hey everybody, thank you so much for joining me tonight. I really appreciate you guys coming back and joining me once again. So, for those that don't know me, my name is Clarence Causby. I am the author of the book Armageddon, Erebus the Ranger, Soul Exchange, Soul Exchange, which will be being republished under Reader's Magnet. And one of the new books that will get published this year is Clarence the Black Flame Warrior. And so tonight we're at another book I got, which is gonna be kind of changed like what the other few nights were about. This is a very controversial book that I wrote because people are going to assume a whole lot of things by the title and everything like that, and that's the book Talking to the Devil. So another thing, let me just kind of get out the way now. So for those that don't know, I'm gonna have I'm having a giveaway from now to the very end of the Festival of Storytellers. So just pay attention to everything I'm saying, and I'm gonna ask a question. So if you answer the question and everything like that, you can email me at clarencecosbybooks@gmail.com, where I'll give you a free book of any of the books that I've written and ones that will be published this year. If you do win, you're only eligible to be able to enter one time, because I want to give everybody a chance to be able to get some books, by me, and I'm gonna have them signed and sent out. Okay, so let's get started. Hey Reginald, how are you? So good to see you again. I really appreciate you always coming by. I thank you so much. I really appreciate that. It really means a lot to me. I'm glad to see a familiar face. So, Talking to the Devil, okay? This book is going to be very controversial because of what it has in it. Title alone is going to be controversial. So, I'm letting everybody know right now that it's probably going to offend a few people. That's fine. If it opens up for a lot of discussions, that's fantastic. So, do I talk to the devil? No. Would I like to beat him up and break him in half? Absolutely. But so the thing about Talking to the Devil is it's about this guy named Gary Winscombe. Basically, he blames the devil for every little thing, and he tells God, I want to talk to Lucifer. So God's like, okay, no problem. So he tells Lucifer, listen, the guy named Gary Winscombe, he wants to talk to you and get something off his chest. So Lucifer's like, fine. No problem. But do I get to ask him questions? He's like, absolutely. You absolutely get to ask him questions. So, as you know, down on Earth, Gary Winscombe is just like, hey, God, can I talk to Lucifer? He's like, yeah. So all of a sudden, like it's like very dark. It's in the city, and he hears like someone singing music and stuff like that coming like in the air, and he sees a man come up behind him, and he's like, "What do you want?" Hey, thank you. How are you? Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Always good to have like some positivity, especially with this kind of controversial book and title. I appreciate that. And it comes around, and he's like, "Well, you called for me," and so Gary's like, "I didn't call for you. Like just leave me alone. Like I'm busy. I got things to do." So he's like, "Okay, God, like I'm ready to speak to Lucifer. Like let me see him." So Lucifer is just kind of like, "Okay, what do you want? Like you wanted to talk." He's like, "I don't know who you are. Just leave me alone. Like quit bothering me. Like you're paying. Like just leave me alone. Whatever." So Lucifer starts to get mad, and then in the book it says that you hear like his demonic voice, and so Gary gets very frightened and everything. He's like, "Who are you?" He's like, "You wanted to talk to Lucifer, so here I am. So talk." And so he's like, but, like he's overcome with fear and everything like that, that he really can't talk. So he's like, so Lucifer has got like just give him peace so we can have this conversation. So peace falls upon Gary, and he's like, talk already. So Gary's like, but he's like, oh, right. You guys, like, you mortals think I'm some red guy that you all made up with like a pitchfork, horns, and all this other stuff. He's like, yeah, very cute. No, this is me in human form. He's like, because if I really showed you my true form, you'd be terrified and you wouldn't be able to really say anything. Like, because look at you just now, like, you heard my demonic voice and you wasn't able to do anything. So he's like, so what is it that you want to talk to me about? He's like, I blame you for everything. And he punches Lucifer, but the fist kind of goes through him. Lucifer disappears. But before he disappears, he tells him, like, you can talk to me. And he's like, there's a condition, though, that if you talk to me, I can't kill you. So when Lucifer disappears, you see Lucifer talking to like somebody in a car. The car goes straight towards Gary, but like goes like on a very side of him, and then a piano drops right on the side of him too. So Gary's like freaking out, like what's going on? He's like, you broke your promise. He goes, because you lied. He goes, you said you know, you wasn't supposed to kill me. He's like, I didn't kill you. You're still alive. He's like, I'm showing you what I could do if I wanted to. And so he's just like, okay. Hey Parker, thank you so much. Oh wow. Oh wow, thank you so much. Wow, that is amazing. Thank you so much. That is like one of the highest honors. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Wow, that's amazing. I appreciate that. And the cops come. The cops are like, hey, is everything okay? What's going on? Like, sir, are you okay? What's going on? And then somebody upstairs, because they were trying to lift an organ on top of the roof to kind of like try to get into like that one of the apartment buildings. And the guy's like, oh my God, like, I'm so sorry. I didn't really mean to do that and stuff like that. So fast forward as they're walking along, like Lucifer and Gary's walking along. Lucifer's like, why don't you go get some cigarettes? I said, you've been wanting. He's like, no, I don't want. I don't want to get no cigarettes. I don't want to get no cigarettes. He's like, let's go ahead and get some cigarettes. He's like, no, I don't feel like it. Yeah, I can understand Gary being very frightened. I'd be scared too. Definitely, Deanna. You and me both. I probably have to need to buy like 20 pairs of underwear after hearing something like that. I really would. And so this was like, go get some cigarettes. He was like, because you wanted yours. Like, yeah, I guess so. I'll go get some cigarettes. So he gets some cigarettes and go to the house, go to Gary's house. So he sit down and he was like, why don't you go get something to drink? Go get something to drink, kind of relax your nerves a little bit. Go get something to drink. He's like, no, I don't want to. He's like, just go get something to drink. He's like, no, he's like, just get something to drink already. He goes pour himself some liquor and everything like that. And so he goes, so what do you want to talk about? So Gary is like, well, I got a problem with everything that you're causing with all the world and everything like that. He's like, what's your deal? You're causing so much trouble. He's like, I'm causing so much trouble. Okay. He's like, what makes you think I'm causing one? He's like, because you do everything. He's like, you kill people and everything. He's like, I don't do a thing. He's like, have you ever heard? If I were Gary, I'd quickly grab a. That's the truth, Reginald. That's the truth. You got that right. That's for sure. And so Gary's like, he's like, yeah. He's like, so Lucifer's like, you ever heard preachers telling you that, like, I'm a kind of like a tactician, a strategist, and stuff like that? He's like, yeah, I am. Of course I am. He's like, but to say I personally do things, he's like, he goes, you're wrong. He goes, you and all you little fake Christians and this stuff. He goes, he's like, fake Christian? What do you mean by fake Christians? He's like, fake Christians, like, because you fake Christians are so concerned about having titles, well, I'm this or I'm that, and everything else, where a church is supposed to be a place of God, a place of peace, a safe haven for people. But yet you treat people, you fake Christians treat people any kind of way. You run them off, and I think because of the way they dress, because they don't have money or anything like that, and you run them off. Be it that's my fault. I ain't got nothing to do with that. Like, that's all you. And he goes, okay, he goes, let's take, for example, in Adam and Eve in Genesis. Goes, where does it say in the Bible that I threatened Eve, that I threatened Adam? Nowhere. Not one place does it say that I forced them to or anything. He's like, I don't force people to do anything. He goes, I may suggest a lot of things, but they're the ones that do it. So Lucifer's like, okay, let me ask you another question. He's like, do guns kill people? And he's like, of course they do. He's like, no, not really. No. He goes, okay, let me ask you a question. He goes, here's a gun. So Lucifer makes a gun appear. So he's like, okay, kill me with it. She's like, but he's like, no, kill me. You see, you can kill me. You can kill people. Try to kill me with it. He's like, but you need to. He's like, no. You said a gun kill people, right? So he's like, well, yeah. He's like, wrong. A gun does not kill a person. He said a bullet does. And he's like, so take this bullet. Just take the bullet. He goes and give me the gun. He's like, now kill me. He goes, now try to kill me. He's like, but the guy can't. He goes, exactly. He says, a gun is a tool along with a bullet to kill somebody, along with a person. He says, mind you, it all works in unison. So to say that I personally did anything, I didn't do a thing. He said, what I've done, I may whisper some things. He's like, but it is what it is. He said, yeah, because I can go after some people. He's like, but you and your church, because your church don't even have God in it. He's like, you guys aren't even on my list. He's like, why would I care about you? And he talks, and Lucifer goes on and talks about, everybody trying to like expose, everybody. He's like, listen, he goes, it's not you humans' job to expose anybody. He said, it's me and God's. He's like, because let's face it. He goes, if I come in and no one does it, and a preacher or anybody can't do anything, who's at fault for that? Them or me? And he goes, now if someone has God, and it goes, and I run away, then what? So throughout the whole thing, they're having this like a long discussion about who's who, and he asks, Gary's like, well, let me ask you a question. Who would you say now in this present era, or back in like the 60s, 50s, 40s? At what point in time do you think I have like the strongest hold over people that I can do whatever I want to? Or at least what God will let me do. He's like, now or back then? He's like, well, I don't know. He goes, now. Because I have more freedom to do what I want now than back then. Because back then, everybody was really praying about things. Nobody was trying to do whatever they want to, or criticizing or being fake like they are now. He's like, so, yeah, I got more right now. So it's basically all about this big discussion and everything. And I've had a lot of it. And I've had people already. Classic Lucifer, always looking for ways to get in someone's mind by slowly manipulating what we were talking about. He didn't threaten Eve or Adam. Thanks, Deanna, for that. And but I've gotten a lot of kind of not really fun, but I've had like a lot of people like, well, why'd you put talking to the devil? I'm like, well, that's the thing, And the thing is, like, and if you read the book, like, you'll see like certain things in people might be like, oh, that never happens. But I've seen some like the stuff that I have in the book. I've seen happen. I've literally, like, with my own eyes, seen things happen in some churches. I'm like, wow, that's That's kind of crazy. So, it's very, that's why I say it's very controversial. So, I know I'll probably get like a lot of flack for that book, the title of the book, and things like that. So, it's fine and well, but I just, but I just want people to kind of like read it with like an open mind, be like, you're wrong, you're this and that and the other. So, just want to everybody kind of take it, not take it so seriously, but to kind of like read it, maybe understand a few things. Like just kind of like, okay, maybe I haven't treated everybody like I should have. Maybe I have judged too many people and this, that, and the other. Me being a Christian, so like that. Stuff like that. That's all. Hey, Brenda, how are you? That's scary if you think about it. Imagine Lucifer having much more freedom now to do what he wants in the world. Terrifying concept. It is. It's very, really, really is. But it's like anything else, though. If you think about it, like back in my like I'm 44 years old, so like back when I was growing up, you saw, like the Twilight Zone, different things like happening, like robots and all stuff. And now we've got AI, all this crazy stuff going on. So it's like the world is changing. The world is definitely changing. Nothing's like the way it used to be or anything like that. It's just craziness. But yeah, I wanted to, like I had like, and I heard the name of the book. So I was like, okay, and I kind of immediately knew like how it was gonna go, and I already knew. As I read it, and I was like, yeah, this is gonna like cause a little bit of friction, like with people and everything, because I can already tell like people would probably be like, oh, well, we don't do that. It's not how we do things, or all this stuff. So that's why I said like it's very controversial. So I wanted to make that known, perfectly clear, and all that stuff. I, hey, Catherine, how are you? I once read a lot of controversial Christian books in our school library back in the day, but that didn't stop me from enjoying those books. Well, I appreciate that, Catherine, so much. I really do. Like, I really appreciate that. And I see that's what I love though, because I want people to have an open mind and really not just like, oh, that's Lucifer, this and this. That's like, like just like I said, like some things like I have seen. I've honestly not even lying. I've seen some things. If you read it in the book, I'm just like, okay, and I think it's kind of like more or less like a reflection, where people like read the book and they kind of are doing some of those things. They're like, okay, maybe I can kind of see me doing and have done some of those things in the past. Let me not stay that route. Let me kind of like start treating people a little bit better. Let me start acting, the way I should be acting and stuff like that. That kind of thing. But yeah, I've had people tell me like, oh, like really, like why the title? That's just the title I was given. But like I said last night or a few nights ago, like I can't write religious books. I can't. Never can, never will. And people will probably call me out a liar because of what I'm saying now is that I can't write these books at all. Like usually I'm inspired by God to like write these books. So, you know, I know people be like, well, God wouldn't have you write that. So that's, oh, I'm here for it. Controversy, whatever. Like you want to come bash me, that's cool. Whatever, it is what it is. Exactly. Thank you so much about that, Kathleen. Absolutely. Exactly. And that's the thing too, because that's why I want when people read this book to kind of come like with an open mind, an open heart. Not really be like, oh, shame. Like God would never tell you to do that. Like you're horrible for putting that out there. You're horrible for saying this. Is like it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like I will not apologize for writing that book at all. I will not apologize for writing that book at all. I will not apologize for writing Soul Exchange, for Armageddon, not at all. Like I said, I do not get any ideas of just like writing a religious book. I don't know how. In all honesty, I don't know how to. I really don't. I have no idea where to begin, how to finish it, how to do any of that. I don't have the slightest clue. Now you want to, now you're like, hey Clarence, here's a sword, here's a shield, let's make wars. I'm like, I can do that all day long. Few minutes, no problem. I got you there, but it is what it is. Hey Carly, how are you? So glad you were able to join me tonight. And how have you been? Sometimes controversy is needed for critical thinking and help people better themselves as they get a glimpse of what or how they don't want to be. Exactly right. Thank you for saying that. Absolutely. And that's kind of like what I just want to like bring out of that book, is to kind of like open room for conversation, to get people really, really, really thinking about what's really going on and, stuff like that. I hear people all the time like, oh, the devil made me do it, the devil made me do it, the devil made me do it, the devil made me do it. It's like, kind of think you probably just want to do it on your own, like some things. I'm not saying not everything, but it's probably some things, yeah, but like I just want people like to come in here with like an open mind, just give it a chance, like if you don't like it, I completely understand. It's not for you completely, but like I said, I do have a lot more books coming in this head of mine. So, I will be writing tons of more books. I don't know how many yet. I have no idea how many, but I know it's a lot because I keep getting ideas at random. I really do. Like I keep getting tons of ideas, like, and it never stops. It's nice writing your second time around. I'm loving your life assistant. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that so much. Oh, that really means a lot to me. And I really appreciate you coming back by again. Like I really appreciate that. And thank you so much. It's always good to have people returning to like my live sessions and everything. It's absolutely amazing. So thank you for coming back by. I appreciate that so much. Oh wow, time went by fast. So guys, yeah, I get you. I get you. Sometimes excuse the devil made me do it is truly an outdated way of trying to script. Exactly original. Basically, like I consider this book to kind of like hold like Christians are like accountable, like don't always try to, put people down or kind of condemn them to hell. You're supposed to love people and like teach them with love, not like always trying to condemn somebody all the time. Like there's a time for, like telling people what's right and what's wrong, but there's a way to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't want people like, you just like it's like, whoa, calm down. Like you drive more people away than you can bring more people in. But that's just me. So a few fun facts about me. Um, I love wrestling. Yes, pro wrestling. I love them. I love movies, action movies, comedies. I think my favorite comedy that I've watched millions of times and I know word for word, well, not, yeah, probably about word for word of it is Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? With George Clooney and the rest of the cast, like absolutely phenomenal. I really love that movie. And let me see what oh my one of my other favorite video games. I know I said it was Mass Effect, but one of my favorite first person games would have to be probably BioShock. That was one of my favorites. And speaking of horror, I'm thinking about making like some horror and everything books and stuff like that, some sci-fi books, some cyberpunk type books as well. Just kind of like branch out in like all different genres. Like I just want to just keep writing and writing and writing. I really do. Writing is my passion. I love writing so much. So, okay, guys. So, question of the day. I know we was talking about like anime and stuff like that yesterday, but I have to let me see. What question could I give people? Well, it had to be a question now. Okay. Oh, good question. Well, good question. Sorry. So the question of the day is, what is the name of the main character of Talking to the Devil? Like, what is the person's name that wants to talk to Lucifer? If you can answer that, and if you win, I'll send you a signed copy of whatever book you want from the books that I have already have published, or the books that will wind up being published this year, because it's going to be like 3 books so far. Yeah, as far as I know, 3 books. That's all I got for right now. Is like just 3 books that's going to be published. I'm not talking more about them coming next week, and tomorrow we will be talking about this one right here. Tomorrow I'll be talking about Armageddon. So it was going to be like some more fun times. And so tomorrow we'll be doing a roundtable and be talking about Armageddon. And on Friday, I will be talking about Erebus. As you can see, it's a lot thicker book and everything. So that one's going to be interesting as well, too. All right, guys. So I'm about to come down to a close. So I just want to thank everybody who has been with me from Monday, Tuesday, through. Oh, absolutely. You are the winner. Absolutely. So do me a favor. If you have a pen and paper, copy my email address down. It's clarencecosbybooks@gmail.com. Email me, and let me know what books you want, that you would like to read. I'll get it for you. I'll sign it, and then I'll send it off to you. Now, if it's Soul Exchange, you'll have to wait till like that book comes, like it gets republished again, and then I'll send it to you. And the other new books too, email me and I'll let you know about the new books as well that's going to be coming out. So, just email me and I'll talk to you from there. Send me your address and everything, and I'll mail the books out to you. Thank you so much. So, congratulations to you. Congratulations. That's amazing. Absolutely. Thank you for winning. I appreciate that. So, guys, time is about up. Got 2 more minutes, but I just want to say thank you so much. This really means a lot to me. Oh, you're very welcome. Thank you so much for answering, and thank you so much for being a part of this great journey. And I hope you stay and watch the rest of Oh, thank you so much. Absolutely. Yeah. Oh, I appreciate that, Reginald. Yeah, absolutely. I definitely see you here tomorrow, and I hope everybody like continues to watch with me for like up to like the very last day of Festival of Storytellers. So good night, guys. I hope you have a wonderful day, a wonderful night, wherever you're from. Wonderful week. Love you guys. Take care, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care, guys. Appreciate everything. Thank you so much.